Hare Krishna, Babuji. Thank you, Prabhuji, for taking this class. And thank you, Hare Krishna Pragya Devi Dasi Mataji and His Grace Krishna Prabhu. Yes, Prabhuji, Jai Shri Gurudev. I last class, I know the beginning, Prabhuji, because last part I need to listen that again. But I know that in starting, we started the new chapter, Perfect Knowledge through Surrender. And we discussed about in a Kali Yuga, we want everything quick, shortcut. So we the very first point we discussed and we discussed about the inquisitiveness and submissively inquisitive. That's how the mother Devahuti, she put her questions or inquiries submissively and saying that my senses are disturbing, material senses are disturbing, and she asked question to Lord Kapila. So and then we discussed that we need a spiritual master to know what is the ultimate goal of life. So what is the ultimate goal of life? So we need a bona fide source to get to know that, because there are so many distraction or different people saying different things. Yes, probably. So these are few points, but yeah, towards the end, I think we discussed more probably. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much. Wonderful, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Yes, anybody else remembers anything else? We discussed some very important points last time.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji. We were discussing about the parampara. I think many points were discussed in that. I remember from the last class. Uh, we discussed various things, Prabhuji, like how there are gaps in parampara and how like other people misinterpret it, and how like we talked about Govinda Bhasya or Vedanta Sutra commentary from our Sampradaya, and all these points were discussed last time.
Very good, very good. You remember this because?
I had few questions, Prabhuji, and I watched the lecture yesterday night, last night. So
Very good. Whoever wrote down these points? Anybody writes down these notes of discussions? If you're not, you'll be clean slate, excuse me. It's up to you. You'll gain nothing, zilch, because in few hours you'll forget everything what is discussed. Even if you think you're very attentive in discussion, you'll not remember anything. It's up to you, entirely up to you. We are doing our best, but going back to Godhead is your choice. We all have choices. Yeah, I'm not saying going back to Godhead by me you'll go to Godhead. I don't think it's possible to me. But even if through Parampara, Srila Prabhupada, Guru Maharaj, or the instructions in the scriptures, you have to make notes, or you forget about it. When Maharaj told me, I've got tons of notes, very small things, big things. It is so hard for me to remember. And I remember, oh, did I make this notes? Oh my God, So that's very good. So you remembered you had some lectures, heard the lecture. So what is the question? Which I'll try to answer it for you, if I can. The very technical things what we discussed.
and no, Prabhuji, I was saying that I had questions in last class. That's why I remember some of the points.
Okay, yes, you had questions. Shishra Prabhu also had some questions. Avinash Prabhu also had some questions. I don't know if they remember this. All of you remember this? What were the questions? Remember? What is the topic name I gave in the YouTube channel for this lecture? Do you know? You can go and
I
search out.
think parampara discrepancies, something like that.
It's a very bold topic I gave. Parampara discrepancies. If we think everything is black and white, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, it's not like this. It is not like this. It will never be like this. We have to use our intelligence, our scriptural knowledge to understand. Otherwise, remain where you are. Okay, so everyone has to be very, very. If you want to be sadhu, sannyasi, one has to be very careful what knowledge we are getting. Is it not so? That's what we said in the previous class. That we have to be very careful with our knowledge. Whether we are getting knowledge through, why should I get that knowledge? What is the purpose behind this? You don't trust me also. Why trusting me? Just because you think that we started the Hare Krishna weekend program, so I must go out telling the truth. I don't think I speak the truth. I'm a cheater. So how will you know I'm a cheater or not cheater? How will you know? Prabhu, how will you know?
Only if I study myself, then I would know.
Yes. Om Prabhu, how will I know? How will you know that I'm cheating you or not cheating you?
We study the scriptures, the books
Yes.
which you are teaching.
Yes, it's simple as that. We are not showing that. We're not telling you I'm studying somewhere else. I'll not tell you what I'm studying from. No. We are studying here. You study it. No bogus. And that's why we share. No, you read. We are making you to read, not that we are reading ourselves, so that you get used to reading things. How it is done. Because this is how Maharaj, Mahavishnu Goswami Maharaj taught me. I've told you this before. Maharaj said, "Yeah, sit down. You come here, sit down. Anybody who comes, he says, sit down. Take my Bhagavatam. Maharaj will carry his Bhagavatam, one piece Bhagavatam. So open the book. Oh, this verse, chapter, this verse. Yeah, okay, now read. Because Maharaj was studying that. Maharaj was making notes to say, I'll teach this. So read now. So you read, and say, okay, what do you understand about this? Exactly what we are doing here. I'm not inventing anything new. And I'm hoping you do the same thing. Because time is going to come where people will not trust you for that also. Yeah. Being thankful is one thing, but trustworthiness is also very high. So please be prepared for all these things and just preach. Be sincere. You can request people, make notes, write this. We know we didn't want to make notes. So we record the whole conversation. Even if this they can't go and check, then it's up to them. You can't do anything more. Yeah. When we're ready, Krishnas, when we're ready, we can start. Yeah. Okay, wonderful. Anything else? Anybody remembers?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, thank you, Prabhuji, for taking this class. Thank you, Purna Praja Mataji. Thank you, Krishna Sarpan, Krishna Prabhuji. Prabhuji, I remember some of the points we discussed about Shiksha and Diksha Guru. And then you mentioned that if you don't remember anything, people start doing rituals and following the rituals, but they don't know what is the mantra they are reciting. And you mentioned if you know Hare Krishna mantra and if you forget any mantra, then you start reciting Hare Krishna. Then we also discussed about the submissively how Arjuna surrendered Krishna submissively, and there was a friendly talk going between them. And then as soon as Arjun surrendered to Krishna submissively, then only then there was a surrenderance. Then Krishna started giving him instructions. We discussed about that verse also. And then we don't yes, and you mentioned that you don't need to take rebirth. If you are ignorant, then you need to take the rebirth, and they are called manda, who are ignorant. Yes, Roji, these are the points. And you lastly mentioned about the purity of knowledge is important. If you are following Krishna consciousness, then purity of knowledge is important. These are the points.
Yes. Anything else become impure. Everything will become impure. Parampara meaning, so knowledge has to be pure. Full stop. Yeah. In fact, our connection with Madhvacharya, Madhva Sampradaya of Gaudiya Sampradaya is also through Bhagavad Gita only. Bhagavad Gita. By Shiksha. You see. So knowledge purity is the most important thing. That's why Krishna says, not Arjuna, that search out a spiritual master and be submissive. Inquire from him submissively. Nothing else. Inquire about knowledge. Give me knowledge. That's what we are getting, the knowledge in the simple. You see? There are no two ways about this. Yeah? This is the point. This is to be understood. Okay. Great stuff. Anything else? Anyone else to say?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, I did have a question when I was listening to the lecture last night. So, is it okay if I ask? Or yeah, so I was thinking that like there are like I could understand there are huge gaps. So, like anyone could come between those gaps and say that I'm connected to this and I'm connected to this by Siksha. And he started giving his own philosophy. So, has something like this occurred before? Like you said that we are also somewhat different from Madhva Sampradaya also. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu introduced Achintya Bheda. So between those gaps, anyone could just come and say that I'm connected to this and I'm starting some little different of my thinking or my philosophy.
Yes, yes, you can say that. People are, it can happen also. I would not like to, it's been recorded at the moment, but you'll be surprised. That's why we come to you with Vrindavan and all that. Yeah, it's blatant in front of your eyes. You will not even believe when I tell you this. Yeah. So that is the reason why the instructions are very important. What he's teaching is important. You understand this point? What has been taught is very important. So for that reason, we should understand the boundaries of the philosophy, where we can go, where we can't go. You understand what I'm trying to say? Maybe the best way to tell you is this: that any one of you is learning um, uh, classical learning, classical songs. Anybody has got training of classical song? Sushil Machari has learned classical song. Bhadraprabhu has learned classical song. Oh, very good. Now I'm talking about classical meaning from a particular sampradaya. Gharana, they call it, in India they call it gharanas. Have you learned from a particular gharana? Okay, tell me,
Yeah,
Sushil
Prabhuji.
Machari, which gharana have you learned from?
Prabhuji, in like in Kathak, there is Lucknow Gharana, Jaipur Gharana.
Yes. Kathak. So dancing, you're learning dancing. Okay, right, good. What about you, Padma Prabhu? Have you learned dancing or singing?
I've learned flute, Prabhuji, so it was classical, and from one teacher I learned back then.
Which gharana was that? Do you know?
Uh, some Pandit was there, I think.
Okay, but
I
you do
don't
not know
remember.
gharana. Yeah. See,
Yeah.
here it is the case. Anybody can learn and say something. You do not know. You understand this? What I'm trying to say? Okay. Now, what I'm trying to say is this. Now, which Kathak, which gharana you had? Lucknow gharana you learned from, is it?
Yes, Prabhuji, we have
Okay.
Lucknow Gharana.
So, how many gharanas are there? Teaching sampradayas are there for Kathak? Lucknow, then
For
there is.
there is Lucknow, there is Jaipur, there is Banaras, and yeah, there is three Gharana, major three
Okay.
Gharana.
Okay. So they are differentiating from each other with something.
Yes, Prabhuji.
What are the differentiation on some styles, some particular
Yes.
way of doing things? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So these are called limitations of studying. Now, if you are learning from, say, from Lucknow Gharana, if you're learning from Lucknow Gharana, if you start to emulate your Jodhpur Gharana, they'll say, why are you doing this? We have not taught you that thing. Don't mix the two things. So Jodhpur Gharanas will do only Jodhpur style of practicing. They will not learn, they will not do here. So this is called limitations of what you are teaching, what you are learning. You understand what I'm trying to say? Right. So do's and don'ts becomes very important at that time. Yeah. So if you notice, even our greatest critics of Hare Krishna WECAN who have left, they say, at least I have learned do's and don'ts from you. Of course, they did learn much more, but they say do's and don'ts. Basics are learned. But these are basics are very important. So you know, if you cross from here to there, you are not in a sampradaya learning. You're somewhere else learning. It becomes mixed. It becomes very difficult. You're neither here, neither there. You understand this point? Yeah. So this becomes very critical, Pradhan Prabhu. That is the reason why we teach the limits, which is a do's and don'ts at the very beginning. And then we show you that you must study yourself. A person who's cheating will not say, let us study together. Okay. Prabhupada asked this question. I think I put up a post also, letter also. Anybody remembers this? Letter to Dinesh or somebody else? Anybody remembers this post? I sent a WhatsApp post. It must be saved also somewhere. You must have saved somewhere. I searched out a very important post, a letter from Prabhupada.
Yes, but you have saved it somewhere.
Yeah. So if you can search it out and see now where Prabhupada says this, that now your question about what happens if there are big gaps, like if the distribution system stops at a particular point and you do not know after that who's coming, who's not there. 100, 200, 300 years have passed, 400 years have passed. So what do we do? 200 years have passed. So who's the next in line? We do not know. Yeah. So Prabhupada says it's not, even that is not a problem. You just start from the last Acharya who's there, his teachings. You understand, brother?
Yes, but we have found that later.
Just read this Prabhupada written on this point. Can you read this, please?
I hope June 10th, 1969, New Vrindavan.
Why don't you share?
Dinesh,
I can give you the sharing rights. Just share it here on the screen.
Okay, let me. I'm reading on my mobile. Okay, give me a minute, a couple of minutes. I'll share it.
Okay.
Give me a minute.
Just read. Otherwise, don't worry. Read it then. I think it's a big letter, so people may get confused. Yeah.
I can share. Probably. Give me a minute.
Okay, we'll give you that time. It's important. So this is what is but this again, you will not be able to understand a neophyte stage. Now you are understanding because we are teaching you these points. We are telling you this point. This is a very gray area and very important point. Nobody speaks like this. You see? But what is the point? We all want to go back, love Krishna purely, and go back to Godhead if it's the case. Why do we want to stop and mislead anybody? Just do it yourself. I have to give you the authority to share the screen. Okay, Prabhuji?
Yes, I'm just.
Tell me whenever you're ready. Okay. I can make you co-host. So you're ready to co-host now. So whenever you're ready, you can share on the screen.
I'm ready, Prabhu.
Yes, please share.
Yes, Prabhu. This is what you're talking later to Dinesh?
Yes. Increase the font.
For the increase. Better, Prabhu?
A bit more, a little bit more.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Can you just read it now? Tell it to Dinesh. With the date and everything, Prabhuji.
Yeah, dated 10th June 1969, location New Vrindavan, letter to Dinesh. 10th June 69. Yeah, my dear Dinesh, please accept my blessings. I am in due receipt of your letter dated June 6, 1969, and copy of my agreement with you sent. The first thing is that I have already given you my word, so there is no need of an agreement with me. My word is my final agreement, but if you want it for business reasons, I have no objections to sign it. But the wordings are not always clear. Another thing is, although I have brought this Sankirtan movement to the Western world, we cannot make it copyrighted. The Sankirtan movement is not my invention. So how can it be copyrighted? Besides
Yeah.
that, as you will find in the album of my previous recording, the chanting of Hare Krishna is going on since time immemorial. So Hare Krishna cannot be copyrighted. Although the tune in which I sing with my disciples, that may be made copyrighted. I have no objection to sign this agreement, but don't be misled that the chanting of Hare Krishna of Lord Chaitanya's movement can be made copyrighted.
Yeah, these people are doing it. I think this is where my letter was when people are trying to copyright Hare Krishna.
Yes,
So
bro.
Prabhupada said this. So this is
Australia,
very different.
somewhere.
Okay. I don't think this is the letter, but keep reading. Keep reading.
There are some points in the contract which are not very clear, so you may explain them to me further by post. The points are as follows. ISKCON shall have the sole and exclusive right and
No, this is not
authority
it.
to collect, preserve, and distribute all tangible expression of sound
No,
vibration.
just go through the other part where it is talking about. Is it talking about disciplic succession here? So this is about the copywriting. I
Yes.
must have signed for copyright. This is a different point. Yeah, because even today there's a big fight going on. Here in New Zealand is one thing, even in Nepal, they want to copyright. So it's a
Yes, bro.
fighting nonsense and not complete. Anyway, no, this is not the one. I asked about the disciplic succession with the acharyas. If there's a gap in the acharyas,
And this is what you shared with us. So I shared it.
Yeah, this is for this thing. I shared the acharya thing also. Let me just see now. We're discussing it, I'll search it out myself. Hold on, please.
Hare Krishna Babaji. Of post gaps in parampara is letter to Dayananda, April 12, 1968. Should I read it, Prabhu?
Yes, it's there, Ananda. Is it? You found out, but I sent it to you.
No, Prabhuji, I saved it. So
Yeah, when I sent it to you, you shared it that way.
Yeah, I saved it.
Can you share it, please? Screen share. I'll make you co-host then.
Oh no, sorry, it's on my WhatsApp.
So also you can share.
Should I send it to you, Prabhu? Or you can.
I have got it with me. I also found out.
Oh, okay.
You can share the WhatsApp. You can share the WhatsApp. Hold on. You can share your phone. I'm sure you can. No, you can't.
No, I'm on laptop, Prabhu, and it's on my phone. So
right. Okay, hold on. Let me share to Krishna then. Hold on. Krishna will show.
Okay.
Because I've got the original letters also for this, you know. Just there, down. All this is correct. Just share it, Krishna, whatever it is. I share it to you. Just do it now. You can move on. Okay, we are ready now. I think Krishna is going to send some. Okay, so show a bit more, please. Full screen. Can somebody read it, please? Padma Prabhu, can you read this, please?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Is it starting
Regarding
point?
parampara system,
Is the starting of the letter? Why the dates are not given here? Dates are down, is it? Just hold on, just hold on. Just show it, just start, that's fine. Dayanand. Just start from the beginning, yeah. Dayanand. What was there? Yep.
letter to Dayanand,
Yeah.
April
So
12,
starting here.
1968, San Francisco.
Yes. I read.
Regarding parampara system, there is nothing to wonder for big gaps. Just like we belong to the Brahma Sampradaya, so we accept it from Krishna to Brahma, Brahma to Narad, Narad to Vyasdev, Vyasdev to Madhva, and between Vyasdev and Madhva, there is a big gap. But it is sometimes said that Vyasdev is still living, and Madhva was fortunate enough to meet him directly.
See, full
In a
stop. What do you
similar way,
understand by this? Hold on. Don't run away like this. Understand what is it in understanding? What is it trying to say? I know you are just in the it's a leaders group also, they will not understand this. But let us understand this from you. What do you understand by this? So what it means is
so
that that Vyasadeva to Madhva is a big gap. Okay. From Brahma to Narad, Narad to Vyas. Okay, that is there in Bhagavatam, it is mentioned. Because Narad Muni is the Vyasadev's guru. Yeah, but here you say that how come Vyasadeva also met Madhvacharya? Madhvacharya came much afterwards. So no, it says sometimes Vyasadeva to Madhva, between Vyasa and Madhva there is a big gap. But it is sometimes said that Vyasadeva is still living and Madhva was fortunate enough to meet him directly. Can you go down, Krishnadas? I can't see the whole screen. Yeah. And Madhva was fortunate enough to meet him directly. Okay, please continue.
But it is sometimes said that Vyasadeva is still living and Madhva was fortunate enough to meet him directly. In a similar way, we find in the Bhagavad Gita that the Gita was taught to the sun god some millions of years ago. But Krishna has mentioned only 3 names in this parampara system, namely Vivaswan, Manu, and Ikshvaku. And so these gaps do not hamper from understanding the parampara system. We have to pick up the prominent Acharya and follow from him. There are many branches also from the...
One minute. Understand, here's the answer. What is the answer given here? We will pick up from prominent Acharya and follow him. Follow from him. So if there are any gaps, or if you find that people are not properly authorized, or they're falling down, or the sympathized, or we can't trust them, start from the Acharya, last Acharya was present there, and understand his teachings. He may have born 400 years ago. Yeah, but teachings are still there of the Acharya. Yeah. And we're studying ourselves and learning from here. This is the point. Yeah. So we have to pick up the prominent Acharya and follow from him. Okay. Continue. That is now other points will come. Please continue.
There are many branches also from the parampara system, and it is not possible to record all the branches and sub-branches in the disciplic succession. We have to pick up from the authority of the Acharya in whatever sampradaya we belong to. Hoping you are all 3 well, and please keep me informed.
Okay, this is how it is. And go to other. Okay, read now.
Narad was the spiritual master of Vyasadeva, and Arjun was Vyasadev's disciple. Not as initiated disciple, but there was some blood relation between them. So there is connection in this way, and it is
because
not...
Arjuna, Vyasadeva, he's coming from Vyasadev's parampara, yeah, Arjuna. So he was not a disciple of Vyasadeva, yeah, originally, but there's a blood connection from Vyasadeva, yeah. The same from Vyas Bhagwan, you've got Puru, all the Kauravas are born from there, no? Yeah, Mahabharata story. Yes, please continue.
So there is connection in this way, and it is not possible to list all such relationships in the short description given in Bhagavad Gita as it is. Another point is that disciplic succession does not mean one has to be directly a disciple of a particular person. The conclusions which we have tried to explain in Bhagavad Gita as it is the same as those conclusions of Arjuna. Arjuna accepted Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and we also accept the same truth under the disciplic succession of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Things equal to the same thing.
But still we accept the same thing. Okay. So conclusion is the same. That's why we say, because this question was asked to Prabhupada by saying that how can you say we follow Arjuna? Arjuna, because we are not in that sampradaya. So that's why Prabhupada wrote this. There's no need for real direct initiation to be in the sampradaya. We will accept the conclusion, although we follow Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. You see? You can accept that. You are in the sampradaya also, that sampradaya also. There's no need to take direct initiation because I'm a disciple of that particular person. Okay? Things equal to the same thing. Yeah.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, my dad is calling. I think there's some emergency. I think my dad is calling.
Okay, no problem.
Can I come into?
Yeah, no problem. Please come. We'll continue. Can somebody else want to read this, please?
Yes, Prabhuji, I can read.
Yeah, please.
Things equal to the same thing are equal to one another. This is axiomatic truth. So there is no difference of opinion of understanding Krishna between ourselves and Arjuna. Another example is that a tree has many branches and you will find one leaf here and another leaf there. But if you take this leaf and the other leaf and you press them both, you will see that the taste is the same. The taste is the conclusion, and from the taste you can understand that both leaves are from the same tree. Letter
Okay.
to Kirtananand, January 25, 1969, Los Angeles.
Yeah. The second point. So we understood about the disciplic succession. If there are gaps, we pick up from the last permanent acharya and learn from them. It's simple as that. No problem with it. Yeah. And being a sampradaya is by conclusion. We are accepting the conclusion of this. So it's done. And we are hearing from a living person who's in the sampradaya himself. So we are all in the sampradaya because we accept this conclusion. Another letter also is the same thing. Just read another letter afterwards. Krishna, let's go down, please.
Please accept my blessings. I beg to thank you for your letter dated October 21, 1969, along with a contribution of $25.
$25 only. He is thanking him, you know. At the time it was big, but still for $25 only, thanking him. Letter. Yeah, please continue.
I have already acknowledged receipt of your new record. Regarding the disciplic succession coming from Arjun, disciplic succession does not always mean that one has to be initiated officially.
One is not to be initiated officially. Yeah, correct? This is the point. This is our point. Disciplic succession does not always mean that one has to be initiated officially. Yes, continue.
Disciplic succession means to accept the disciplic conclusion.
Conclusion. Philosophical conclusion has to be accepted. That's why the philosophy is very important. Undiluted. Yeah. If we change anything, we are gone. We are not the disciplic succession at all. It's called purity. Just like the Kathak. If you learn from particular gharana, if you change it, you are not following that gharana at all. Then what are you going to teach? If you go and start your own teaching institute, they ask you, what is a gharana? Well, I teach this also and that also. So you are rejected from all the gharanas. So he is not our disciple, not our follower. He's learning from here, learning from there. You see? But if you say I'm learning from this gharana, means they've got limitations to understanding this way. So we may accept Lord Shiva, the demigods is important, but we don't keep him with the same position as Krishna. Do you understand this point? Similarly, there are other do's and don'ts. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Achinta Bheda Bhed Tattva. We will not follow the conclusions of Shankaracharya, Advaita. We are Dvaitavadis, not Advaitavadis. Yeah? Please continue.
Arjuna was a disciple of Krishna and Balaram was also a disciple of
Brahma.
Brahma. Arjuna was a disciple of Krishna and Brahma was also a disciple of Krishna. Thus, there is no disagreement between the conclusions of Brahma and Arjuna. Vyasadeva is in the disciplic succession of Brahma. The teachings to Arjuna was recorded by Vyasadeva verbatim. So according to the axiomatic truth, things equal to one another are equal to each other.
Yes, because Vyasadeva recorded what was instructed to Arjuna by Krishna verbatim in Bhagavad Gita. Yeah. So teachings of Arjuna were recorded by Vyasadeva verbatim. So according to the axiomatic truth, things equal to one another are equal to each other. So, yes.
We are not exactly directly from Vyasadeva, but our Gurudev is a representative of Vyasadeva.
See, full stop. Now again here, our Gurudev is representative of Vyasadeva, but not disciplic succession from Vyasadeva. You understand what I'm trying to say? So it's not a black and white to say 1, 2, 3, 4. It's never like this. So you're saying Vyasadeva Sampradaya is this way, we are Brahma Sampradaya is this way, but we are saying representative of Vyasadeva. Vyasadeva is our Guru also because my Guru is Vyasadeva representative. Because by authority, we are learning from Vyasadeva. He's Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, accepting the truth. So Srila Prabhupada humility is bowing down to his Guru. Prabhupada is going to say he is representing Vyasadeva, so we are from Vyasadeva. Simple, no complications. Yeah, continue.
Because Vyasadeva and Arjuna are of equal status, being students of Krishna, therefore we are in the disciplic succession of Arjuna. Things equal to the same thing are equal to one another.
Yes. Again, go back, Krishna, go up again. But go down, I want to see again. There is no need to take official initiation from the particular, to join the particular sampradaya. I'll just see that word sentence here. It will come again. Here it is. I have, yeah. Regarding the disciplic succession coming from Arjuna, does not always mean that one has to be initiated officially. It does not. Disciplic succession means to accept disciplic conclusion. Yeah, and okay, now I can close off question. Thank you. So here again, what we have is that we've got the representative through the knowledge, and we are still alive. You are hearing from us. Not that the Acharya is not there 400 years ago. You can't hear the Acharya. No, it's not the case. We are doing it. Sufficient. This is how it is. We understand Sampradaya. Is this clear? So the question was raised by Padma Prabhu and he has to leave. Hopefully he'll get the answer from this. Oh, you are here now. Is this question answered,
Yes,
Prabhuji?
yes.
Is everything
Yes,
all right? Nothing serious at all?
No, nothing serious, Prabhuji.
Okay, that's good. So you got your answer here about the gaps.
Yes, Prabhuji.
You want to think over it? Think over it. If you have still further questions.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Because once we are there's so many points, you know. So if you are in one point, understand the whole point as much as you can.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Because we are nearly finishing also. Time is up now. So let's complete this point only now.
Yes, Prabhu, I was thinking, like you told the example of Indian classical music. So parampara is in even if we when we learn any rag or any tunes, like for example Yaman rag or some rag, there are some do's and don'ts that you cannot do this and you cannot do this. But in those between, you can create your own creation. Like something you can do, but there are strict rules that you cannot do this and do this. There are some barriers, and in that barriers you can play with it. So in Sampradaya, is it something like that? There are do's and don'ts. You cannot do this. You cannot. You have to do this and don't have to do this. But you can use your intelligence to get the conclusion out of it, or follow
Yes,
the
yes.
persons who have concluded it.
Yes, yes. That's why it's called according to time, place, and circumstances. You can preach, but don't change the principle. See, Srila Prabhupada, we cannot change the principle. We can change different examples of things. But you cannot say start worshipping other demigods. Actually, the Veda Tattva we can't change. Only acharyas can change. We can't say that don't chant Hare Krishna anymore. You see? But according to time, place, circumstances, we have to change. Like there may be some indication that Prabhupada would say that don't have Krishna conscious program without prasadam. Now, how can we do it online? Without prasadam, with prasadam. You see? But philosophy is the same. So philosophy is the most important thing. If the line is not clear, it's very difficult. Yeah. And you cannot move. If you're moving from either here or there, you are out of that sampradaya. Like Guru Maharaj never preached online. I remember before Maharaj departed, I had asked Maharaj. At the time, internet was very new. Online was very new. So live streaming was not as developed. Okay. But I had thought of a plan, elaborate plan, that I'm going to have a program in our center, Newland Community Center. I had planned a room also. This is a perfect room. We have got screen. And I will have Maharaj could not travel from Rajkot to New Zealand. I asked Maharaj, I met Maharaj, I said, Maharaj, is it possible? I'm thinking like this, that Maharaj may sit in Rajkot temple and give a class and we can live stream here in Auckland. You see, Maharaj said, this is a very good idea. At the time, it was not possible. I spoke to those servants there who can do this technological thing, but it was not possible. It was not there. Now it's very easy. Zoom, tongue is done. Everybody can listen to class. Yeah. So we have to do adjustments accordingly. But the principle cannot be changed. Yeah. 64 rounds, if we insist upon people to chant, Prabhupada said nobody would chant this. So Prabhupada could make it to 16. But I don't have the authority to make it from less than 16. Okay. Then you have to create another sub branches. There are other Gaudiya Sampradayas who chant only 4 rounds. The Acharya said that way, chant 4 rounds. Other mutts. That's okay. But Prabhupada is not said, we will not do it. Okay. But again, depending upon the circumstances and all, we have to see what is the priority there. Mangalarti, all those things. How much we have to adjust, but principle should remain the same. Yeah. You understand this point? Is this okay?
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes. Thank you.
More will be clear as you go. That's why I took the example of the classical sampradaya singing and all that. Because an outsider singing can sing any of these things. I'll give you an example of it. Okay, a very material example. I remember watching a video, an interview of Pandit Bhimsen Joshi. Everybody knows Pandit Bhimsen Joshi? Can you raise your hands? Classical singer, Pandit Bhimsen Joshi. All of you remember more? Okay. So Pandit Bhimsen Joshi was interviewed, and one person went to look at his interview, and he went to his home, and to his astonishment, they saw Pandit Bhimsen Joshi was listening to a Hindi song. It was sung by this Kishore Kumar, and it was an LP record. And he was enjoying it. Closed his eyes and he was enjoying it. What was that song? It was that that Howrah Bridge. Under the Howrah Bridge, there was a boat, and that actor Rajesh Khanna and all, they are sitting and singing Chingari Koi Bhadke. Yes, that's the song. You remember the song? It's a very famous Bollywood song. So this Pandit Bhimsen Joshi is closing his eyes and relishing it. But this guy got stunned. He came to interview. He opened his mouth after some time, and he said, "You are singing, hearing this Bollywood?" He said, "Yes, just see how beautifully he has sung." He's saying, he said this point here. That's what I'm using it for preaching here. He said that we are bound by our sampradaya rules of how much we can sing, what we can sing, the different ragas. But because this singer Kishore Kumar is not bound by it, he can sing all the ragas, different things, and he can sing such beautiful, which I cannot sing because I'm bound by it. Otherwise, I'm not. I'm trained to do this way. Okay, this is what I meant to say. If you're out of it, then out of sampradaya. This is the meaning of it to understand this. Yeah. Yeah, it gets very gray area, murkier area. Lot of things float around. Many things are there. You must do this. You must do that. This is how it is. Only then sampradaya. But it's very simple. You follow the conclusion. You got live person there who's teaching you, who has learned from his guru. Full Bhagavad Sampradaya. It's called Bhagavad Sampradaya. Yeah. But still, if somebody says no, I want to do Pancharatrika Sampradaya initiation, please do. Then you are on your own. You can do it, no problem. Then you go back to Godhead by that guru who gave you Pancharatrika Sampradaya initiation. Because Pancharatrika is only for the mantra to do deity worship. Baki, everything else, Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Smaranam, all 9% of bhakti is by Bhagavad Vidhi. It's very simple. It's not very complicated. Okay? All right. I think we should be now concluding. Anyone has any questions on this topic to cover the whole point today? This discussion. I wanted to finish this chapter today. So next week we would have somebody else speaking, but we'll see how it goes. But anyway, any questions anyone has got on this? What we discussed so far? So then 2 sessions we took incorporated. Like last Sunday we had last time we had this question because we discussed this point about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu taking initiation from, I think, Sridhar Babu asked this question, if I'm not mistaken. I was answering him. He took the initiation from sannyas initiation from Mayavadi, but he still preached his own things. Yeah, that's right. Similarly, even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's most intimate servant, on whose basis whole Chaitanya Charitamrita is written and everything about him is written, was revealed by Swarup Damodar Goswami. So Swarup Damodar went to Banaras to take initiation and take sannyas initiation. So he took his first initiation, whatever initiation was called, from a Mayavadi there. That's how he got the name Swarup. Okay, because the brahmacharis also have their name in Mayavad Sampradaya, So he got Swarup, but after some time he did not follow. He said, no, I'm sannyas did not take from there. He went immediately to Jagannath Puri to meet Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he stayed with Mahaprabhu and lived with him. And Mahaprabhu was the one who gave him. He became very confident of Mahaprabhu. So initiation still from the Mayavadi, following here from Damodar, and he's topmost acharya in our Sampradaya. See, but he assured Mahaprabhu directly, So that's how it is. It's very simple. So it's never black and white. And you cannot invent things to say, oh, I'll appoint this particular person as a guru. We'll have a voting and you can have a vote. And they fall down and say, okay, we'll find some other guru. What is this? You can make somebody else guru. This is not how things operate. This is not Sampradaya way. I mean, it's good for them. Anyone wants to do it, perfectly all right. You can follow this, no problem. But use your own choice. We are not against anybody. We don't fight with anybody. Because as Kali Yuga progress, things have to do. They may have their own limitations, own reasons for it. Perfectly all right. No problem. But we follow through the Bhagavad Sampradaya. The Shiksha line. And that purity has to be maintained. So we are very, very particular about the purity of the Shastra, of the scriptures, verbally spoken. Instructions, verbally. What you hear, you speak. What person who hears also becomes the Sampradaya, link. And they will speak. So those people listening to him, they hear, they say, okay, I learned it, and he also speak the same thing. Sampradaya continues like this. And this is also a correct way, Bhagavad Sampradaya. Okay? Right? Is this clear? Anyone else want to say anything? Okay, wonderful. Then we'll conclude today's discussion. And now whose turn is it to sing Maharaj, Maharaj, please hear us? Last week we had our turn. Krishnadas sung. Whose turn is it now? We had a gap. We had a gap in the Sampradaya then. So start from the last Acharya who was present there. Who's the last Acharya who sung before Krishnadas who sang? So continue. Whose turn is it now to sing? See, same thing, Padma Prabhu. Don't complicate things. Yeah, but you should know, you should not be cheated. Yeah.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Madhav Prabhu's turn?
Madhav will sing Prabhuji.
Okay, Madhav जी कैसे हैं जी आप? माधव जी ठीक है आप?
मैं ठीक हूँ प्रभु जी।
बहुत अच्छे, हिंदी अच्छा बोलते हैं आप। ऑस्ट्रेलिया में कैसा वेदर है अभी? गर्मी है?
हाँ जी।
हाँ जी, हाँ जी बोल रहा है पीछे हाँ जी बोलने के लिए, तो हाँ जी बोल रहे हो, वरना मालूम नहीं पड़ेगा आपको हाँ जी बोलो या ना जी बोलो या यस बोलो या नो बोलो। है Is it hot in Australia at the moment?
Yeah.
Yeah. How hot is it?
It's very hot.
It's very hot. Good to have ice creams, eh?
Yes.
Ice cream for ice cream. I also had a bit of ice cream today. I also screamed for ice cream. We also very hot here in New Zealand, but not as hot as your Brisbane, Australia is very hot. Good on you, mate. Wonderful. ठीक है. So sing very nicely with nice actions. We'll follow you. Okay. चलिए. 1, 2, 3, start.
Maharaj, Maharaj, please hear us.
Maharaj, please hear us.
We have learned some real good stuff.
We have learned some real good stuff.
Maharaj, we have learned one thing.
Maharaj, we have learned one thing.
And today for you, we will sing.
And today for you, we will sing.
If our room is clean,
If our room is clean,
then our mind is clean.
then our mind is clean.
If our mind is clean,
If our mind is clean,
we can do anything.
we can do anything.
If our room is dirty,
If our room is dirty,
then so are we.
then so are we.
And if we are dirty,
And if we are dirty,
we're not happy.
we're not happy.
Wasting time
Wasting time
is the greatest crime.
is the greatest crime.
Because wasted time
Because wasted time
means a wasted mind.
means a wasted mind.
So best is your time
So best use your time
when you're in your prime.
when you're in your prime.
And your whole life
And your whole life
will be sublime.
will be sublime.
If your wealth is gone,
If your wealth is
then
gone,
there's nothing wrong.
then there is nothing wrong.
But if your health is gone,
But if your health is gone,
that's a different song.
that's a different song.
If your characters dies,
If your characters dies,
then the world will cry.
then the world will cry.
Only saintly behavior,
Only saintly behavior
that humanity thrive.
lets humanity thrive.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
You must always remember Krishna.
We must always remember Krishna
And if we forget him too,
and never forget him too.
but how are we to practice with there's so many things to do?
But how are we to practice this with so many things to do?
The greatest question.
That is the greatest question.
Here's the greatest clue.
And here is the greatest clue.
You must learn to act so nicely that Krishna remembers you.
You must learn to act so nicely that Krishna remembers you.
So listen very closely
So listen very closely
and make your thinking sharp.
and make your thinking sharp.
Let's learn how we can live and make so Krishna won't depart.
Let's learn how we can live and work so Krishna won't depart.
If something's due tomorrow,
If something's due tomorrow,
finish it today.
finish it today.
Whatever's due today,
Whatever's due today,
do it now, don't delay.
do it now, don't delay.
Your friends might be lazy,
Your friends might be lazy
or doing bad things,
or doing bad things,
but you think again,
but you think again,
don't follow them,
don't follow them,
and you will win in the end.
and you will win in the end.
Whatever work we're given,
Whatever work we're given,
we do our very best.
we do our very best.
We only live with what we need and give Krishna the rest.
We only live with what we need and give Krishna the rest.
This is how to live, to work and to play. You'll learn to live this day, you'll see Krishna every day.
This is how to live, to work and to play. You learn to live this way, you will see Krishna every day.
And when our time is up, he'll take a step above. We'll sing and dance with him with a heart full of love.
And when our time is up, he'll take us up above. We sing and dance with him with a heart full of love.
So chant Krishna's name, his glories and his fame is the only way this world will ever become sane.
So chant Krishna's name, his glories and his fame is the only way this world will ever become sane.
Now please ask this greatest question
Now please ask this greatest question
and find this greatest clue.
and find this greatest
You
clue.
can only remember Krishna
You can only remember Krishna
if Krishna remembers
if
you.
Krishna remembers you.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jai.
Jai Holiness Srila Mahavishnu Goswami Maharaj, Srila Gurudev ki Jai. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Jananta Koti Vaishnav Vrinda ki Jai. Janitai Gaur Chandra Premanande Hari Hari Bo. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Vistaya Bhutala Srimati Mahavishnu Goswami Namine. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Vistaya Bhutala Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namine. Namo Saraswati Devi Govani Prasad Devi Sheshan Lord Krishna. Hare Krishna. So today's class, well, this one will go into the important announcement class. Okay, again, it's about disciplic succession. So we'll keep it easy funding. Okay. So Krishna willing, we'll see you next week, same place, same time. Till then, chant Hare Krishna and be happy. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Prabhu.
Hare
Thank you,
Krishna.
Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Vishnu, Hare Krishna devotees. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare
Thank you very
Krishna.
much.
Krishna Prabhuji. Thank you.